During the first 7 days of 2023, we unite around the world to co-create a global field of intention and action for the healing and replenishment of Mother Earth and all her children. Shedding the noise and distractions, we slow down and listen to the whispers of our heart's calling. In sacred space, we attune to the language of essence, the radiance of life shining through our familiar patterns and stories, guiding our way forward. As we follow the path of essence, we reawaken our ancient knowing of how to live with nature as nature. Together, we seed the new year with clarity, courage, and commitment to live lightly and lovingly, cultivating that which is most essential and nourishing for the thriving of all life.
I love that video. So sweet. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our 7 days of rest and return to essence, our daily global coherence pulse. And for those of you who were here yesterday, we told you that this is actually part of a larger initiative, 7 days of rest and return to essence, an annual event. This is its 6th year. It's the 2nd year that the Global Coherence Pulse has been participating. So just know that our group, that we're a part of a global field of events and initiatives happening all around the world. And for these 7 days, taking time to actually drop in deeply to the truth of who we are. As we said yesterday, giving ourselves to love again and again and again, so that we can seed this new year with our hearts open and attuned to the deeper essence, the deeper gift, the deeper vibration that we're here to gift the world. So welcome, welcome, welcome again today. If you missed yesterday, we had day 1, which was presence. I'm going to put a link in the chat to the recording. We also sent it to email if you signed up for the event. And it was a beautiful day with Khadijah guiding our meditation. And each day we're building deeper and deeper our opportunity to rest and drop in and connect deeper with the source of our own being. And just remember that our essence isn't something that we have to practice or strive for, but essence is the truth of who we are. And all we need to do is just continue to open to it. And we hope that this 7 days and our time together will nourish and uplift your capacity to open more fully to the love that you are. So today, day 2 is resonance. And again, I brought some more of my fun friends. Marshall Leffert is going to be joining us. In fact, I'll spotlight his video. Hi, Marshall. Lovely to have you here today. And I'll introduce Marshall in just a second. And I'm also bringing a new musical group today that we've never heard before on a Pulse, the Canyon Sisters. And we'll be bringing them on in just a little while after Marshall and I share a little bit about resonance. So let's just take a minute to drop in together and just relax and open ourselves up to this hour and a half if you stay for the breakouts, and really just allow this time to be nourishing for you and just to open up. And Marshall Lefferts is a friend, a longtime beloved of mine. We worked together 25 years ago with Barbara Marx Hubbard. We've worked together on the Thrive films. We work together with the Resin Science Foundation. Marshall's a founding board member and also one of the founding faculty for the Resonance Academy. We're still working together, Marshall, all the time. We just seem to show up.
We
There's
are.
something about the quality of our resonance and our synergy that keeps being called into service on behalf of the whole. So, welcome to you, Marshall. It's lovely to have you here. And we get to
Thank you.
explore how moving from presence into resonance is an important part of coming into connection with essence. And I'm just going to read something first. I'll add my spotlight here. So I'm going to read just this little quote that was on the
Mm-hmm.
7 Days of Rest global event website. And I thought it was a nice kind of introduction to resonance. So it says, let's sense into essence, into the essence of essence. Each essence a consciousness all of its own, a quality, a wavelength, a wisdom, a tone, a unique vibration, an exclusive sensation, a pulsating partner in all of creation. That was written by Shelley Ostrov, who's the founder of the 7 Days of Rest. And I know you and I have talked about this in many ways, but our presence is actually a vibration. We're a unique note in the symphony that is this thing we call life. And as we tune into our personal presence, we begin to connect in with that unique vibration, that unique note. And the more that we attune to it, the more we find why we're here, what our gift is, what our offering is. And so I just want to open up. I love you so much, and I'm really glad you're here, Marshall. And I think you're the perfect person to share with us about
Mm.
resonance. What would you add?
Mm. Thank you, Teresa. I love you too. And you and I have had a great and continue to have a great experience of resonance together, and that's part of what we can touch into today. Um, and just yeah, this theme of resonance. This theme today is so essential to our understanding of ourselves and of life and the universe. And so the question is, why resonance? Why does it matter? Like here it is, a core theme. And yet, what is it about resonance that we want to bring our attention to? And we want to bring our sense of our relationship to ourselves and life too. And I would just begin by saying that ultimately resonance is what makes the universe come into form. When I say ultimately, it is the phenomenon that we experience, that we can name and experience and observe, that is what brings all that we do experience, all that is at every scale in the cosmos, into form. And so the obviously the underlying principle here is that, as you said, is this frequency and vibration relationship that is the foundation of this, as you said, this symphony, the symphony of sound and light. Um, that's what we are. That's what we are. That's what we are bathing in. That's what the field, the unified field of all that is composed of. And I was thinking about the nature of resonance as also in relationship to presence and coherence in these themes. And I was thinking about coherence because really these are so intimately, all these themes are really intimately connected. They're really the same thing expressed through different ways of looking at it. And in order to have resonance, there also needs to be coherence. And what occurred to me is that coherence, when it comes to this understanding of the vibratory nature of the universe, of all phenomena in the universe, um, coherence can occur when there's a single frequency. Like a frequency is how many vibrations per second of sound and light, or light, sound and light, that occurs. Um, and so coherence can occur in a single frequency. And when that happens with light, for example, um, we get where all the waves of that frequency come into coherent alignment, rather than being like this, which can occur, that does occur mostly. When they all come into alignment together, we get what's called coherent light. And coherent light is what we call laser light. A laser is when you get all of the frequency waves all aligned together, and it becomes coherent. And that is a very foundational aspect of the nature of the cosmos that is too much to go into today, but it's an important understanding of what coherence is. And I was thinking then about resonance, and resonance is when you get multiple frequencies interacting. And whether they're in coherence or not, but basically, ultimately, when they come into resonance, they create a larger coherence. And when any sound is made, for example, um, there is a fundamental tone, like the sound of my voice right now has a fundamental tone coming through it, or this gong behind me has a fundamental tone that it rings out when it's struck. And then there's also a layering of multiple frequencies, which are called overtones. And these it's a full spectrum of the frequency range, in this case with sound, what we can hear. And it goes beyond what we can hear as well. This is where it becomes universal, and is a universal attribute. That when a sound is made, and I have even this little ball here, when the sound is made, there are multiple frequencies that are actually at play. And it's because of the multiple frequencies we get resonance, as opposed to just that single coherent pure frequency tone. And so I was thinking about how resonance is important in this experience of ourselves and of our relationship to life and the universe around us, and that resonance is really about relationships. It really is fundamentally a phenomenon of relationships, whether that's relationships of sound and relationships of light coming together. The beauty of a voice that's singing, and we're going to hear some beautiful singing soon here. The instruments that we play, the bowls that we can hear, the sounds in nature are all an interplay of these relationships of sounds and frequencies that when they come into resonance, it then creates these relationships of feeling. And that's what we really mostly experience, is that deep feeling aspect of resonance. And when we go into the meditation, I'll go in a bit deeper into that. But that really, this time we're in here, I really feel is when resonance is one of the real keys to the success of our human journey, because it is fundamentally that which organizes everything into a harmonious state of being. And that when that occurs, that this deep feeling comes into our beings of like, yes, that feels right, that feels good, whether that's in our relationships with each other, with life around us, and with the cosmos as a whole. So it is really a foundational key to all that we experience, and all that is important to bring into conscious awareness at this time.
Yeah, presence, resonance, and coherence have been kind of the theme that we've been exploring all the way back 25 years, and we really started to think about conscious evolution, right? We really attuned to what is actually at the core of that. And it always started with the quality of our presence. And that's really what we dove into yesterday, is just like giving ourselves back to love, turning our attention inward, just into the breath. And as I've been exploring coherence and embodied coherence, one of the things that Roland McCready has said to us is that when we're in coherent, we're in resonance with the Earth's magnetic field, right? So when we're in
Hmm.
our heart, when we're in connection with our essence, we begin to attune in with the earth. So let's all feel our feet on the ground right now and just come into that attunement with the earth. We're doing this 7 days for ourselves, but we're also doing it for the planet and for all of life. And we can trust that attunement. And then the quality of our presence also brings into resonance like things that are alike, right? So if we're in a bad state or we're
Hmm.
incoherent, right? We begin to resonate with that which is in like. So it's important that as we attune to the quality of our presence, that we'll begin to attract into our lives that which is resonant with love, with the frequency of gratitude, with the frequency of hope, and all of those things. And I think the last thing
Yeah.
I'll say before handing it over to you for just a couple minutes is that there's also, as we attune into presence and get really quiet inside, there is a note, there is a frequency, there is a tone
Mhm.
that's unique to us, and it's our song. So, in our meditation today and in throughout the day, if we can start to listen more deeply to the tone of our own essence, we can find so many gifts there.
Yeah, beautiful, absolutely. And the as you were saying, the tone that we each embody in ourselves by coming into a resonant presence within ourselves, whatever that may mean to us, um, comes into then relationship with each other and all of life around us. And at this time, there is much that we experience in the world that we could say is dissonant, that is not in a feeling of a harmonious state of relationship. And of course, dissonance in music is not a bad thing. Dissonance is necessary to have a full musical experience. And yet, in order to have resonance, there comes a point when that which is dissonant needs to be removed. That's the way nature, that's the way music creates a resonant note of a tone, is that which is not in harmonic resonance with that tone has to be removed. And there are ways that happens in nature. I really feel that's a big part of what's happening in the world at this time, where that which is dissonant is becoming very clear and obvious, and that we are looking now to say, how can we bring that coherent resonance, that harmonious relationship with each other, with life around us, into a consciously cultivated state of being. And of
Mm.
course, that's what we're doing here together. That's what these pulses are about. That's what this time is about, these 7 days of rest. And to really to honor that, to bring it into full conscious awareness, and to bring it into full embodiment together.
Mm. Well, I'm so looking forward to your meditation, Marshall. I know it's going to be really beautiful and support us to
Mm.
drop into that state. And I'm going to bring on the Canyon sisters. They're just going to unmute their mic. And this is the first time that I'm bringing this group. They're an American singing and songwriting folk duo. Ariel Tierman and Becca Davis bring together their unique musical backgrounds and, get this, shared family connection from growing up as stepsisters to creating earthly harmonics and honest stories. And I thought that they would be perfect for today, because when two people sing together, they bring those harmonies, they bring this beautiful state of resonance. And I just want to invite everybody to relax and open your hearts as these two beautiful women sing our first musical song today. Thank you guys for coming. I love you both so much. I'm so excited to have you here. Thanks for having us, Teresa. 1, 2, 3, 4. I went down to the water, see what I could find, making wishes one by one, cast them in the tide. Pictures of the past, going everywhere. Storm was rolling over me in the salty morning air. Building a boat, pieces we find, broken hearts, sealing time now, feeling rivers, tears we cry. Let out the sails and take this You were standing at the sea, quiet and alone, finding pieces of yourself, carried far from home. You tell me your secrets, I'll tell you mine. Colors of your soul you don't need to hide. Building a boat, pieces we find, broken hearts, feeling time now, feeling rivers, tears we cry. Let out the sails and take this falling overboard, I'm sinking fast, diving in with the ghosts of my past. Ride this storm till it's past. Building a boat, pieces we find, broken hearts, feeling time now, hitting rivers, tears we cry. Let out the sails and take this Ah, so beautiful. Thank you guys so much. We're going to get to hear from them a couple of times today. I'm so excited, and we'll see you again. They'll be playing us out of our meditation today, and then again at the close of our thing. I did put a link in the chat to their music, which we'll talk about a little bit later too. Thank you, beautiful ladies. Yeah. I'm going to bring in Dot next, Dot Maver, who is going to take us into the Global Silent Minute. Dot, so grateful to have you join us every day so that we can participate in the Global Silent Minute.
Gratitude, Teresa, and all. Always a joy to be in this sacred circle. So today is day 2 of 7 days of rest and return to essence. And we focus on resonance. We experience resonance in the joy and the recognition of the one heart as our hearts unite across distance. It's a joy to offer this daily global silent minute in our community field of heart coherence, where, as always, we presence in resonance with life itself. And we give ourselves to this new era of loving right relationship, creating an active healing field that radiates outwards and pulses the planet and beyond with the potency of our collective love and our care for all of life. The Global Silent Minute is inspired by the original Big Ben Silent Minute that helped to end World War II. In these times, we observe this daily 9 p.m. GMT minute of silence with millions, both sides of the veil, calling for global cooperation, peace, and freedom, with the intention to put an end to all war, to bring peace to humankind and to all life. The power of silence is greater than we know. It is in silence that we experience unity. Silence as action in sacred unity. So as we prepare now to enter our global silent minute, may we be ever more aware of this field of heart coherence in resonance with essence itself. With a deep breath, we activate the spirit of peace in our own hearts. And we unite our fiery hearts across distance. And now we take an intentional moment to invite all those on the other side of the veil to join us. And in our hearts, we name those who have been close to us, who we know will assist with our intention. The next thing you will hear is a Tibetan singing bowl as we experience and radiate resonance with essence through silence as action in sacred unity.
Sitting in this peaceful silence together. That silence that is at the foundation of our resonant beings. Let's take some time now to drop in even deeper into meditation. Meditation of resonance within the universal field of silence. From that silence, there arises a note, a tone, and there arises a light, a radiance. And let's begin this journey by imagining at the center of our own beings a radiant point of light, a core star. Perhaps we might feel it right in the center of our body. Allow yourself to just drop into that center place and imagine this radiant starlight and this pure tone of presence. In this core star of our beings. It is an inexhaustible supply of light and sound and presence and being. That is the source of our existence. And as we feel this radiance right at that core center point, we let it now start to resonate into more levels of our being. We activate the 3 Dantian points. The lower one in our belly. Imagine in your belly now this resonating, radiant presence of being emanating out in a coherent, resonant state. And then lifting up into your higher heart, in your chest, another point of radiant light, like a starlight, resonating presence. And then into the center of our heads, another star point, radiating, bringing illumination to our minds, our emotions, and our bodies as these 3 points come into their own balanced, resonant, coherent unity and relationship. And feel that radiance from each point filling all space around us. And now from the core star into each of these 3 points, we extend this radiance into the chakras, the rainbow of our auras. Each chakra radiating with pure resonance. Up the colors of the rainbow and filling our auras with this rainbow body of light. All levels from core star to dantian to chakras, coming into a beautiful, coherent, resonant state of being. And now feel that radiance emanate within every cell of your body. Every cell is the source of that radiance. Imagine all those trillions of cells that make up our bodies being that core star light presence in themselves. Feel that radiance permeating and vibrating throughout your body, throughout your aura, in your chakras, in your dantian and core star as one unified, resonant presence. This is your joy body. This is our true and eternal nature. And it is this joy body that provides us all that we need for healing of ourselves and healing and balancing and resonating in our world. This is the resonance of presence in our beings. And so feel this resonance in the space where you are right now. Allow it to fill the room or the whatever space you are in, indoors, outdoors. Let it fill that space with this coherent, resonant presence of our beings. And feel this resonance with the people that are around you, even if they're not in the same room. Those that you are aware of that are in or near the space where you are. See their radiance, feel their radiance. Unify and come into a harmonious relationship with their radiance. And let's feel together now this presence of radiance in this circle of all those who are here right now in this time of gathering in sacred circle. You can feel each one, we can see each one in our mind's eye, this beautiful resonant, radiating light of being all around our world. And now let us feel deeply into this resonance with Gaia, our beautiful home planet. Such a powerful presence of resonance and a being that Gaia is. Within that electromagnetic field, that magnetic field, within all of that resonance in nature, we are unified in the balanced presence of all that is here. And let's extend now even beyond into the resonance with soul, with our solar being. And remember, this is not something other, something out there. In this unified field of resonance, we are this. We are the radiant sun. The sun that illuminates all life and brings energy and vitality and warmth to all of life here. We feel our resonance in this presence. And extending even further, we allow ourselves to feel that resonant presence emanating as a profound core star from the center of our galaxy. And expanding further, we go into the full presence of universal being in this great cosmic symphony of sound and light, of thought and feeling, of mind and heart. And let's take all this into ourselves now at this time. Let's receive all that presence, all that resonance, all that love, all the joy, body that exists throughout all these realms, and start to receive them back into ourselves now. Receive all that in from the universe. Receive it into ourselves from the galactic center. Receive it in from Sol, our sun, our great solar core star. Receive this beautiful, harmonious presence from Gaia. Receive this presence from the human family, from all the beings in nature. And we know all these beings at our true essence are here to exist in a state of love and joy and cooperation and in harmony. And receive all this beautiful love from our family, our friends, our community. Bringing it into our body. Feeling that presence in ourselves as all of ourselves receive this beautiful energy, bathing us in this pure light, this pure sound, this pure tone of being, and into our chakras, the illuminated rainbow, into the three dantian in the head and the heart and the belly, and all the way back to the source core star, our tone, our light, our singularity of being. And resting deeply, deeply, deeply back into the silence, which is always present and is the source of all that we have just journeyed within and through and as. And let's now just allow this resonance and all these scales of our being to be present, recognizing that we are this at all times. And as we complete this meditation, bring ourselves back into our awareness in our physical locations. Gently and slowly return awareness by opening eyes, coming back into the presence of being, remembering that this is what we carry with us at all times, and we always have the choice for it to be our embodiment, knowing that as we do, we bring resonance, coherence, presence, love, and joy, and harmony into our world. With deep gratitude and thanks for all. It is so.
Let's just sit by the fire and just let this soak in and radiate from us for a few minutes. Warming ourselves with this community connection. Just feeling us sending this love out to all life while we're nourishing ourselves and filling ourselves. And we'll invite the Canyon Sisters to join us around this beautiful fire, sharing their resonant harmonies with us.
Inside my heart there's a room of memory. The faded pictures turn to poetry. I find the moments that make sense to me, the people and the places that set me free. Inside there's a road paved with goodbyes. With you I watch the morning sunrise. Late night dark, I lost my way, but you were there
You guys made me cry the first time I heard this song. Just the other day, this is a new song that they just wrote. They've just been working on. So beautiful. Yeah, it brought tears to my eyes. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring Marshall back on, keep you there, and Dot. And I just want all of us in the community, let's just take an opportunity to just send our love to Marshall and Dot and to Ariel and Becca for such a beautiful blessing today of resonance. Just take it in, you guys. Just let yourself be loved up for just a moment. Yeah. So sweet. And Dot, the Global Silent Minute, one thing we're hoping as people participate every day for 7 days is that we don't stop at the end of those 7 days, but that we continue to take a moment of silence at the same time every day, that, as you said, millions around the world, and the power of that and the invitation of that. And I know we have you on day 5 with Tammy, and you'll share deeper about the Global Silent Minute, but just wonder if you want to say anything in encouragement for this powerful practice.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Marshall. Thank you, Canyon Sisters, Ariel and
Becca.
thank Becca. Oh, my heart. Gorgeous. So, yes, may we all sing one another home. And the Global Silent Minute, as we come together in sacred unity, two concordant thoughts increase things exponentially by at least 7. Imagine millions of us around the world, and there's an army of goodwill on the other side of the veil. We have to invite them. So we take this minute at 4 p.m. New York time, 9 p.m. GMT daily, and link in the silence, inviting everyone from the other side of the veil and uniting our hearts across distance. And we know that we are assisting them through the power of silence and our simultaneous, or as Wendy says, who lives in Sydney, who will join us on Thursday, Teresa, to offer this theme of reorienting to truth through silence. So she's simultaneously in unified meditative state. And Marshall, oh, what a gorgeous experience with you today. Thank you. So yes, and globalsilentminute.org if you want more information.
Thank you, Dot. I'll put a link in the chat for that. And Kaylin, do you want to bring up our websites and we can learn a little bit more about Marshall first? Marshall has a beautiful website, cosmometry.com, and he's written a book, which is an amazing book if you're interested in learning about the holofractal nature of the cosmos. It's a wonderful book, and it's really designed for the layman and shares so much about unified science and music and our relationship to it. Marshall, if you want to say something about cosmometry and how people can connect.
Well, it's really a synthesis of a number of ideas, but essentially that there's a relationship between what we call cosmic geometry, unified physics model, and music, and how they're all one and the same system that informs the true nature of the cosmos in this holofractal manner. And that the importance of it is that it gives us the kind of the master code, as it says there on the screen right now, that which can guide us into a conscious generation of a restoration of our harmonious relationship with nature and the cosmos. We know how to do it because we understand how it is already being done. And this is my offering into that field of understanding that is very broad and is really foundational, I believe, to our success in this transitional time we're in. So yeah, thank you for having me here today and to be able to share that and all of our journey together.
Yeah, thank you, Marshall. I love that you connected us to all of the layers of manifestation that we are, the sun, the earth, the
Yeah.
cosmos, everything, like we are that. And next, we're going to go
Mm.
to the Canyon Sisters website. And it's a beautiful, you guys go check it out because I love that you have your story here. We can learn more about the two of you and what you're up to. And they are also doing a fundraiser right now for their new album. And we definitely want this album to come out. If you click that donate now button for us, go ahead and click that. And if you guys want to share a little bit about your album and what's happening, I just made my donation as you guys were singing. I was so excited to do that. But share a little bit about this new album that you're doing. And if you scroll down here as they're talking, you'll see that there's some wonderful stories about what they're doing, some beautiful images. But Ariel and Becca, what would you like to share about this?
Thank you, Teresa. And thank you for donating. That's so sweet. We have been songwriting together over this past year and just talking about resonance. We really enjoy each other's resonance, and singing in harmony is a big central part of our music and the harmony, the resonance of our harmonies. About a year ago, we went to Nashville and we got to record at this iconic studio called the Sound Emporium with a bunch of amazing musicians, just some of the best that we've ever played with. And we're hoping to go back in 4 months to finish our debut album. And so we launched a Kickstarter 30 days ago, and we have 30 days to go. And we're trying to raise $10,000. So to help us record this CD and hopefully spread our music to more people. So and we're just really excited to be here. Thank you so much for having us on your show.
Yeah, we love having you guys, and we'll have you play one more song before we go to the breakout. And while they're playing, encourage everybody to go and make a donation, and let's help these girls get this beautiful music out into the world. I've had the opportunity to go because they live in Santa Cruz, that I've been able to go and listen to them live at this beautiful little coffee shop. And I tell you, you guys really move my heart so much. So we definitely want to see you get out into the world. And let's also remember that the 7 days of rest is a global movement. And I'm putting a link in the chat to that so that if you want to go and see some of the other offerings that are happening, like Daniela and the Listening Field, which happens right before this event. And there's other beautiful events. So if you're wanting to saturate yourself and really nourish yourself, take a look and see what else might be there. And I also, just a little sneak peek, is that the Global Coherence Pulse, the Islands of Coherence, the Good of the Whole, Unify, Global Silent Minute, and others are joining together to create a heart-centered social environment dedicated to exploring the science and experience of unity. And so we are going to be really committing this year in 2023 to cultivating coherence in community, and as we do, generating community coherence. And as we know, small islands of coherence in a sea of chaos have the capacity to lift the system to a higher order. What we're doing here doesn't matter the numbers, it matters the quality of the coherence, really does have an impact on the future. And so we should all pat ourselves on the back for showing up and practicing coherence together in community. So before we go to our breakout groups, we do have time if you want to stick around for the breakout groups. I wanted to have us have one more beautiful song from our sweet sisters to take us out of our main session and bring us into our breakout group. So love you both. Please share your beautiful music with us and make a donation if you'd like, guys.
This is a song called Gold.
I love this one. Thank you guys so much. Blessings to you and good luck with your album. And we'll bring you back for more. I want to introduce you to Scott Katamas, get you on the Awaken World show, and we want to hear more from both of you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. Well, before we go into our breakout groups, just remember tomorrow is our next session, and it's day 3, and it's radiance. Marshall, you got us started already with feeling that building up inside of us to be able to radiate this beautiful love out into the world. And we're bringing Jennifer Cahill and Maitreya back from, we had him on December. So join us tomorrow for the next pulse. And if you'd like, please stay on the line and we are going to have some community hangout time. And if you need to go, have a blessed day and stay in this state of rest, giving ourselves to love and really opening and opening to more of our natural essence. So have a beautiful day if you're going to go, and stay on if you're going to do our breakout groups. Blessings.